Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We are from Group 3. We will present about the plan about the GeoGebra, where the member of our group my name is Neva Zahira, and then Erastus Saputra, and then Puja Islami Putri, Lukiana Jasmine Latifa, and the last one is Hakikatul Kaulani. The first material will be explained by Lukiana Jasmine Latifa. To Lukiana, time is yours.
Okay, thank you, moderator. The first material is what is AI GeoGebra? GeoGebra is an educational software application that combines features of geometry, algebra, spreadsheet, graphing, statistics, and calculus. It is used by teacher and student to visualize and learn mathematics. And then the creator of GeoGebra is Markus Hohenwarter, a mathematician and educator from Austria. He developed GeoGebra in 2001 as part of his research project at the University of Salzburg. Marcus' goal was to create an interactive math learning tool for students and teachers around the world. And then the benefits of implementing AI in GeoGebra are AI can adjust the level of difficult and type of exercise according to student needs. And then with AI, GeoGebra can analyze how students solve problems and provide specific feedback to correct mistakes. And the last one is students can learn independently with AI support that provide challenge and solution that meet their ability level. And next is the topic and learning objective. The topic of learning is quadratic equation, and the learning objective. And the learning objective is learners are able to determine the vertex and intersection point of the y-axis and x-axis and can distinguish the maximum and minimum points with the help of GeoGebra application. Jadi pada pembelajaran kali ini itu dengan topik persamaan kuadrat dengan menggunakan bantuan aplikasi GeoGebra, siswa itu diharapkan untuk dapat menentukan titik puncak dan juga titik potong dari sumbu Y dan juga sumbu X, serta peserta didik itu nanti juga akan dapat membedakan titik maksimum dan juga titik minimum itu dengan bantuan aplikasi GeoGebra. Maybe that's all for me, and I return back to the moderator.
Okay, thank you to Lukiana. The next material will be explained by me. The learning method or group discussion and question and answer. Why we choose this learning method? The first one is to encourage deep conceptual understanding. Group discussion provides this opportunity for students to discuss and exchange understanding of mathematical concepts, especially in determining the vertices and cut-off point of access on quadratic function graphs. Through discussion, students can deepen their understanding by listening to the views and explanation of their classmates. And then for the question and answer, it's allow teacher to check student understanding directly, provide this immediately feedback, and direct those who are still struggling to understand basic concepts, such as how to manually determine the vertex or axis cut-off point. Jadi alasan pertama kenapa kami memilih metode ini yaitu untuk mendorong pemahaman konseptual yang mendalam pada siswa. And then the second one why we choose this learning method is to developing critical thinking and problem solving skill. In group discussion, help students develop critical thinking skill by trying to solve problem correctly. Student will be trained to think systematically, ask questions, and systematically find solution to problem faced together. And in question and answer, each needs student in an active thought process encourage them to ask questions about something they don't understand yet, or to confirm their understanding of the material being taught. Jadi alasan kedua kenapa kami memilih metode ini adalah untuk mengembangkan kemampuan berpikir kritis dan pemecahan masalah melalui metode grup diskusi dan bertanya serta menjawab. Kemudian alasan ketiga kenapa kami memilih metode ini adalah to improve collaborative skill group discussion by group discussion and question and answer. Group discussion allows students to work together, share knowledge, and help each other. Cooperating in small group provides opportunity for each student to contribute, thus improving social skill and collaboration. And then the last one is to accommodating various learning style. The discussion and question and answer method allow for more interactive learning, which can accommodate a variety of student learning style, maybe through listening atau discussion and group activity. Student with different learning style can learn in the way that works best to them. Jadi, dapat disimpulkan bahwa alasan kenapa kami memilih metode ini yang pertama karena hal ini dapat mendorong pemahaman konseptual yang mendalam pada siswa. Kemudian yang kedua, mengembangkan kemampuan berpikir kritis dan pemecahan masalah. Lalu yang ketiga yaitu meningkatkan keterampilan kolaboratif dari siswa. Kemudian mengakomodasi gaya belajar yang bermacam-macam. Maybe that's all from my presentation. The next material will be explained by Hakikatul. To Hakikatul, time is yours.
Thank you to moderator. I will add the model that we choose in our learning plan. Okay. This time the learning model that we choose is problem based learning, atau kami memilih untuk menggunakan model pembelajaran berbasis masalah. Next, please. Okay. The first question that might be grow up in our mind is why we combine PBL and GeoGebra for gradings. So guys, the problem-based learning model that is a student-centered teaching approach that involves solving real-world problems. And GeoGebra is a dynamic mathematics software tool that can be used to visualize mathematical concepts, including graphing. When we combine these two tools, create a powerful learning experience for students. Okay, problem-based learning is a student-centered teaching approach. Jadi karena pembelajaran berbasis masalah ini adalah metode pembelajaran yang berpusat pada siswa, dan that is solving the real world problems, di mana kita akan mencoba menyelesaikan permasalahan di dunia nyata yang menjadikan suatu pelajaran menjadi lebih bermakna. So, sedangkan GeoGebra is dynamic mathematical software, di mana merupakan suatu software yang dinamis yang dapat perangkat lunak yang dapat memvisualisasikan konsep matematika, termasuk grafik gitu. So, it will be good that make a powerful learning experience, di mana suatu pembelajaran yang berpusat pada siswa dengan pembelajaran berbasis masalah dikombinasikan dengan suatu perangkat lunak yang menarik yang dapat memvisualisasikan konsep-konsep matematika, dapat memvisualisasikan grafik yang juga penggunaannya dapat menarik minat siswa. Ketika kita menggabungkannya, itu akan menjadikan memberikan gebrakan pada pembelajaran kita, that make a powerful learning experience, di mana membuat pengalaman belajar yang luar biasa atau pengalaman belajar yang berarti bagi siswa. So, we we think if we use the problem-based learning for the graph material in by using GeoGebra is a good idea and a powerful idea in learning. Jadi dengan menggunakan GeoGebra dan mengkombinasikannya dengan PBL, kami merasa pembelajaran akan semakin menjadi menarik dan menghasilkan pengalaman belajar yang luar biasa bagi siswa yang menciptakan konsep yang lebih powerful kepada diri siswanya. Maybe that's all for me about the learning model that we choose. I return back to moderator.
Okay, thank you to Hoki Katul. The next material is about the syntax will be explained by Puja. To Puja, time is yours.
Okay, thank you to moderator. I will explain about the syntax of problem-based learning. The first one is orientation of students to the problem. The teacher will explain the learning objective, then motivate students to engage in problem-solving activities. And then teacher will display a mathematical problem related to the material to be learned, namely the quadratic equation. Then the teacher asks students to explain what they can conclude from the mathematical problem. Now, for example, the teacher displays a picture of a curved bridge, and then linked that the bridge is an example of a quadratic function graph in everyday life. And then the second one is organizing students for learning. In the second syntax, after students give their opinions, the teacher will help students to define and organize learning styles related to the problem. Now, afterwards, teacher will explain that today's learning will be assisted by a GeoGebra application. Now, although GeoGebra is familiar, but teacher also will still explain how to use GeoGebra to students. And then after that, teacher will divide the students into groups, and the students will sit in their groups. Then teacher will distribute worksheet to each group. And then the third one is grading individual and group investigation. Now, teacher encourage students to gather appropriate information with students in solving problems contained in the worksheet. Now, to get an explanation of problem solving. And then, teacher will guide students to solve problems manually and discuss with group mates. And then after that, after the specified time, students are finishing to solving the problem in the worksheet. And then after that, teacher will guide students to use the GeoGebra application to check whether the graphs done manually by student is correct or not. Now, and then teacher will guide students to check the graph. Students are asked to do it in each group, and the teacher will guide by going to the group one by one. And the first one is developing and presenting the results. Now, after that, after finishing the checking the graph using GeoGebra, one of the groups will present the results of the discussion in front of the class. Present the result of their discussion, and then compare the graph they drew with manually and the graph that they are looking for using GeoGebra. And the last one is analyzing and evaluating the problem solving process. In the last step is after the group finishes the presenting, and then teacher will help conclude and provide reinforcement on the problem to the result of student discussion. Okay, I think that's all for me. I will turn back to moderator.
Thank you to Puja. The next material will be explained by Eras. To Eras, time is yours.
Okay, thank you, moderator. I will to explain about the example or an example of a quadratic function. An equation is known y equals x squared plus 2x minus 3. We should to the first one make a curve from the equation above using GeoGebra application. After that, we should to determine the intersection point of axis x of curve based on the result obtained using GeoGebra. And the last, we should to determine the vertex point of the curve based on the results obtained using GeoGebra. Okay, the first step, we should to download the GeoGebra application, GeoGebra Graph Calculator on the Play Store using your own smartphone. The first step, we need to download the GeoGebra application with you using our smartphone. The next steps about open the application and the following display appears like this. We can see from this picture. We should to open the application. After we download the application, we can open the application and then the display will appear like this picture. After that, in the input writing feature, type the equation what you want to find the curve shape. We know the equation what we want to find is y equals x squared. Y is equals x squared plus 2x minus 3. So the equation we should to write in the writing feature, and then like this. For writing, type x first and then press the power feature x squared. So we know the equation is y equals x squared. So the first step we should to press the type x first. After that, press the power feature like this. Wait. After we write the x in the writing feature, after that we press the power feature of x squared to be like this. Okay. After that, and the last and the step 5, after the equation is met, the curve is automatically formed as in the picture. Jadi setelah persamaan yang kita buat, persamaan kuadrat tadi yang telah kita buat seperti pada gambar, y equals x squared plus 2x minus 3. So the GeoGebra will show how the form of this graph according this equation. Okay, after we get the curve like this with using GeoGebra, so the next question we should to determine. Sorry, where's the? We should determine. Okay, after we get the curve in the GeoGebra, we should determine the intersection point of axis x of curve based on the result obtained using GeoGebra. And then we should to determine the vertex point of the curve based on the results obtained using GeoGebra. From this picture, we can see the intersection point are obtained a minus 3.0 and b minus and b points b 1.0, and then for the x-axis, and the vertex point is point C 1 points minus 4. Jadi dari gambar ini kita bisa melihat, kita bisa menentukan bahwasannya titik potong dari sumbu X yaitu titik A min 3,0 dan titik B 1,0, dan titik puncaknya yaitu the vertex point is point C 1 points negative 4. From the image, we can determine the intersection point with the x-axis and the vertex point by pressing the 3 dots beside the equation dan select special points. Jadi untuk mencari titik puncaknya dan titik potong yang ada ini, kita bisa menekan titik 3 yang ada, kemudian fitur special points, tekan fitur special points sehingga muncullah titik-titik yang ingin kita carikan. Baiklah, itu saja yang bisa saya sampaikan. Thank you for the invitation and I return back to the moderator.
Thank you to Eras. Okay, that's all for the presentation from Group 3. I will close this presentation. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.